for us, the travel page, you see all of these different tabs that we had. It was time intensive for us, but this is where the gold is, because we hit every single question, and some things may have not been there, but as if more than one person asked this question, or even if one person asked and it was a really good question and we thought the others should want to know the answer, we dropped it and added it into here. So hey Desties and bride friends, welcome back to the Desti Guide to Destination Weddings. I hope that you are having an amazing time planning those Desti weddings of yours. Today it is going to be just you and me, and we're going to have a little Desti hour. So if you don't know what Desti hour is, every month or so, let's not even say how often it happens, I do a live Q&A all about destination wedding planning in the Desti Lovers community. So if you're not in the community, the link is in the description. Would love to have you. It's free and we have a good time in there. But anyway, when I first started doing Desti Hours, I did themes, and all Desti Hours have replays in the community. And I get so many questions about destination wedding websites, or something where really the answer is a good destination wedding website. So I am bucking the system a bit. Usually Desti Hours are private, but in this case, I feel like it's really a great idea to share this one. One, to let you know what you're missing out if you're not in the community. Plug. But more importantly, share this information. So this is a video. So if you are watching on Desti TV, hey, bride friend. And if you were listening on the podcast, hey, bride friend, to you as well. The audio version will still work out. You can still take your notes. I know you guys love to multitask and listen while you're doing all of the things and living the life. But you may at some point want to check out the video. The link again is in the description as always, because I am going through my entire Desti wedding website. Che and I put it together, and you are going to get a deep dive into my website, but also what Appy Couple, the website company, can do. If you have any questions or if I missed anything, you know how to reach me. Find me on Instagram at desti.land, or if you're watching, you can drop a link in the comment of this video. And if you're brand new, while you're in those comments, go ahead and give me that hashtag I'm a Desti and let me know when and where you're getting married. I love to get to know my bride friends. And if you have not already, wherever you are, go ahead and pause this and hit that subscribe button. That is the only way that you will know the moment a new episode goes live. So you enjoy this Desti hour with me, and I will see you next time. But until then, as usual, I am wishing you all the best week of your life and reminding you to have the time of your life, planning the best days of your life. Bye, guys. Mwah. Hi. Hey guys. Hey, happy Desti hour. I hope that you all are having a great week. I'm actually in the bedroom and it's really windy, so let me know if you can hear me. I just did the mic. I might have saw I had to jump off real quick because I didn't think that you could hear me. So if you can hear me, let me know. I hope you guys are great. Please introduce yourself. I can always see that people are on, but I can't see who. So it's a funny thing. It tells me how many, but doesn't tell me who. So please introduce yourselves. Happy Desti hour. I am drinking a margarita. What is it? It's burrito day, National Burrito Day. So we had a burrito for lunch, and I'm having a margarita for Desti hour. So yes. Okay. So today we are talking about wedding websites. Hi, Stephanie. I hope you're excited. We're talking about wedding websites, and I have a couple goodies for you guys. So I'm going to give y'all a couple of minutes. I got a little notice before with a request to wait a little bit. I'm always late, so give you a couple minutes before I jump fully in. But there's always a replay, so I'm not gonna take too long. And yes, I have my notepad. So I've got my drink. I'm going to put it down in a minute. You probably will never see me drink as much as I'm going to probably do today, but that's simply because I'm a tequila lover, really a margarita lover, and these are my homemade margaritas. So if you want my recipe, send me a message and I might give it to you. But anyway, okay. Wedding websites. So I'm going to drop 3 links in here for you, and you guys are going to be excited about them. So the first link, before we even jump into the wedding websites, I know you guys, for the past weeks, it's been weeks of me, we did the money talk, and I showed you guys our budget, and I told you that I was going to create the budget and clean it up and make it all nice and pretty for you. And I've got messages about it. Where is it? And I finally have it for you. So I'm really excited to share it with you. Here is the wedding budget link. Really quickly, I'm just going to pull it up and show you what it looks like. So this is it. Okay, so really quick, I dug into budget spreadsheets at this spot, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut that piece out. If you're curious to listen or to find out more about the Desti Wedding budget spreadsheet, I will drop that link in the show notes. The link is in the description, but you are not here for that, so let's get into wedding websites. Bye! I hope that you love that. I'm going to X out of that one. Well, yes. And then the next thing I'm going to show you, because we're going to go through wedding websites, I actually took a little minute. I always talk about Appy Couple. So what I'm going to do is go through, I have a list of things that I want you guys to make sure that you're putting and you have on your website. These are the must-haves, and then you have a lot of the really fun to haves and good to haves right now. So I'm going to go through those, but I'm going to go through my website because it's still live. I paid one flea. At that time, it was like $40. It's still $40, $49. I think their pricing has gone up, but it's still active. Like right now, you can go onto our wedding website and see it. So I'm going to go through it in detail with you guys and talk to you and give you some advice about what I would have changed or what should have happened. So I'm going to do that. With that being said, Appy Couple, I'm dropping that link. I have a post about that, so I'm going to drop that link in here too for you to always be aware. I've had a couple people ask me what it is, so I'm going to add that in there. Right, did that work? Yes. And then finally, the last link that I'm going to add is another company, Appy Couple. So I just said Appy Couple. Minted. I'm sure you've heard about Minted for wedding stationery. One of the questions I received from you guys, I normally answer the Q&A after, but it makes sense because it's gonna be a part of the wedding website too. But we used Minted. So we used Minted for our invitations. So these are called their mini books, and I still have one clearly, but we had a little thing with photos, and I'll take actual pictures for you to see what we did to give you the idea, but where to party at. So we had a join us tab. We had a stay with us tab. The stay with us tab gave all of the information about the resort with the photo of the resort. We actually took that photo because we've been there before. And then all of the wedding day details, and then also an introduction to our wedding website. So this is the best way. Like if you're going to include paper, then add this information. We already had our wedding website set up, so we put these together. And Appy Couple also requires you to do a wedding code for it to be private for them to go into it. And in order to RSVP, you had to RSVP on our website. So you'll see that. But I say all that to say we used Minted for that. And then our thank you cards. We did thank you. It's a little foil. You can't really see it that much with it. Maybe. Can you? Oh, look. I haven't seen that in a while. And they were blank. And then a whole set. We used Minted for these. And I'm also a partner. I'm a partner with Appy Couple, but I'm also a partner with Minted. And Minted, I just got a message, and I was almost super late with you guys because I had to put together a post. So I put together a post just now because I got information that Minted has some sales going on. So it's a few things that I put them all together, but there's a 25% off save the dates, $50 credit towards stationery. There's a $10 credit towards stationery, and then there's a free personalized samples. So all of that information, there's some things that they sent me that I could offer to you guys. I'm sending to you. So I'm about to drop that link in there as well. And I wanted to make sure that I told you this now, because you know how I do. I can go through all of this, do a full Desti hour, and then totally forget. So this is important. So I wanted to let you know. Tell me if you have any questions. I'm going to add that link. Boop. And yes, so that is that. Those are my things. Oh, and also, for the sake, these are like, we had, oh, you can't see anything in here. We have like little personalized, these go on the envelopes. That's a whole, you'll see it once you're in there. And I'll take pictures, like I said again. But that is that. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope you enjoy it. Get these deals, this limited time. And the timing was perfect. We went on a run, and I checked my email before I got on with you guys, well, an hour before, and I saw this notice, and I said, this is perfect. So I had to let you guys know. So that is that. Now, let's jump into wedding websites. So I'm always going on, and I know I do. I go on and on about everything. But you need a travel agent. You need a planner of some sort, and you need a wedding website. And yes, I've received the question, do you have to have a wedding website if you only have 10 guests? You don't have to have anything, but I think that your 10 guests can also benefit from a wedding website. No matter what number of guests you have, if you have a great wedding website, it takes the burden off of you. Like I say, it's the best virtual assistant you'll ever have, because guests have questions, and the more you communicate with them, one, the more comfortable and happy they are, but then also the less they have to come to you to ask questions. So we were extremely detailed with our website and made sure that we hit everything that we could. And honestly, there's not much that we would change about it. That's why I wanted to go through ours and give you some real ideas of what. And then also feel free to swipe the language. If you want me to drop the link of our actual website, I'll drop that in there for you guys to see exactly what we did. You can cut and paste. Really don't care. It's important to have a wedding website. Anytime someone asks you a question, just send them to the website. But a lot of times if they go through it, you can always tell kind of who hasn't been through the website too, because they're asking you questions that you clearly already answered. But you can just always go, I don't know, I don't really remember. Or you know what? The website, hit that website up. So we chose Appy Couple, but the not Minted, there's zillions of other types. Zola. You can use any type of wedding website. We chose Appy Couple because I thought it's pretty intuitive, you'll see. But also the idea of having an app. Like, I literally have an app. I shared that in the Tech Tools episode. Desti Lovers, Desti Hour, the Desti Hour. So, yeah, I shared that full app with it. And I'm not going to go back through that. But what does your website need? I am about to let you know as soon as I get out of this. And feel free to ask questions as you go, as I go along. And let me know if you have anything to share, add, please. You guys are great with it, but share. So you start off, of course, you want your welcome page. And one thing I will say about the welcome, for us, we were pretty simple with it. We are so thankful for your love and support over the years, and we look forward to celebrating this giant step with you. Enjoy the site. We kept it pretty simple. We've seen some of everything. We see no words, but just something, whatever makes sense for you guys. Now, one thing that I will say is I've heard people give the advice that your wedding website, you must have professional photography for that, and you must use engagement photos. I personally don't subscribe to that. I am all about the photos. I love photos, but if you're in a matter of trying to save money, your website does not need professional photos. It just doesn't. It's not a It just doesn't. It's about your wedding and about you. So as long, maybe choose some of your favorite pictures that you guys have of each other. Make it the more personal, like the more like you, the better it can be, actually, instead of it being too stuffy. But however you want to do it is completely up to you. I'm not knocking engagement photos. I love engagement photos. I'm just telling you that you don't have to. And I've heard people say you have to, and that's just bullshit. It doesn't make sense. So the welcome is pretty simple. And then I'm going to click the next button. And we had like a little memory lane section. So that was kind of a little fun thing where we just had our different photos of ourselves throughout the years. We've known each other for, a little while, been through it, all that kind of stuff. Do whatever you want to do with that. That's not a must have. Something personal. I think that's what that would mean. Memory lane just is something of you guys, something to get people excited or, introduce you guys, because more than likely someone's coming to the wedding for the other. So it could be, your partner's friends and family, or your friends and family. They may not know the other person well. So just give them, something, little intro to who you guys are. Now the good stuff for this, the events, you want to make sure that you're aware of your events. Now, if you're immediately, we ended up updating this. So at first we didn't know exactly, you'll see right here, it's on May 27th, which is when we got married. That was our reception. We said, what are you eating? There'll be 2 options, chicken or steak. Here, we did not know that when we sent out our invitations. You don't know that, so we didn't add that. But the website grew with us. So the ceremony of reception, we made sure to say that it was an unplugged ceremony. Unplugged as in no phones. We didn't want people holding up their phones while we were there. We wanted you to be in the moment. So we talked about that. And then details. So we talked about shuttles. Again, as you get more information, as you get your transportation together, if there is transportation involved, or if you want people to be seated at X gazebo or at the beach at this time, at this space, this is where you want to make sure that you let them know that everything. And don't, for us, we got married off the resort. So we told them it's at Blue Venado Beach Club. It's a private beach club. How far is it? It's 30 minutes away. We got shuttles. We got this. We got that. Then the beach ceremony's at sunset. We explained what the unplugged ceremony meant. Once the ceremony ends, go crazy, and then drinks. And then the suggested attire is a really big one. I think you should really pay attention to this. I've been to weddings, this is something where if the more information you give, the better. If you just say formal, everyone doesn't understand what formal means. I promise you. We've gone to, or a black tie versus, there's so many different types, so many different things. So if you have a specific vibe that you're thinking of, put that information on your site. Or when you get there, they could be all over the place. Now, you may trust your guests and it may be a thing, but you may have one uncle or one auntie who just don't get it. Just information is king or queen here in this case. So make sure that you are letting people know what to wear and be detailed. Formal sundresses, flowy long skirts, bare feet, welcome on the beach, nice sandals or wedges that are sand friendly, like our thing was on sand. So make sure that people understand, don't come trying to wear heels in sand or whatever. Summer suit, nice button down. I've even also seen, have I seen it or do I think that people should do it? Oh, I've seen it. Either people dropping a link, right in here, you can add a link to a Pinterest board of inspiration. If you want to go that far, you create a Pinterest board of what you think people should kind of be looking like, what people should be looking like, how they should be dressing. Or you can also drop links of certain things that you like. I've seen that too, where it clearly was the bride, and I know her, but she put links of actual dresses that she liked to give you a feel for what to wear. And it was very helpful. Did I choose those dresses? No, but it gave you an idea of what she would like to have there. So you can go in on it.
that it really is important, you guys. And I mean, and it can be important. It's about what's important to you or what you find value in. Because for me, it was kind of like with your photos, you want your photos to look great, and you want your guests to be comfortable too. You don't want to be like, I've been to places where it said black tie and we were black tie and there were only like maybe a couple other people black tie, and then it just, you want your guests to all be on the same level playing field, or at least be in the same vibe for them to be comfortable. You don't want them to be underdressed. You don't want that whole thing. So I can go, why am I going on and on about clothing? Make sure that you address the attire is all I'm trying to say. We talked about the night of the town. I wonder, did I tell people not to wear white? I don't know. No, I didn't, but I could have. Anyway, you could do that too. But we had an all white party. So we also, we put the information for that. So every single event that you're having, make sure that you put those individually on there. If you put it all on one sheet, it can be so much information that people will just glaze over it. So if you can create different tabs or really make it like bold on each, like really emphasize that there are these events that you want them to pay attention to. If you put everything on one sheet, it's just gonna all mishmash, and they're gonna just scan through, and then they'll miss important details, because that's just how people are. That's just how we are. I went so far. I also, when I was hunting for my gown, I brought, like, I wanted certain people to be there with me. So I created an event for that, which was well before we had the wedding plan. So on February 20th, we went to all of these places for me to find my gown. And I put all the details in there, sent the link to ask people to RSVP to come. And then I kept them updated this way too. So it's another option for you, should you choose. And you can also, and I know, I feel like all of these sites can do this, where you can, people only saw the events that they were invited to. So everybody didn't see Omi's dress hunt in Atlanta. That wasn't necessary. So anyway, moving on. RSVPing is important. I talked about that. You can have them do it individually, but you want to just make sure that you're giving them a space to do that. Now, if you want the paper cards, for me, it just felt logistically, what would have happened, because I'm clearly a spreadsheet person, and I lose things or lose paper, or stuff gets stuck in the mail or lost in the mail, or it can get delayed, or people just lose it. Like, you see people with an RSVP and then they just forget to send it to you. So sending everybody to the website to just click, versus having to complete whatever it is, put it in the mail, put the stamp on it, or you may have already stamped it, so you're paying for additional postage. It's an additional piece of stationery. And then all you may end up doing at that point is then putting it into a spreadsheet. We just sent them to the site, and then it clicked, and then it created its own spreadsheet. So however you want to do it, of course, all of this is, of course, you can do it however you want. You don't need permission from me, but that's an option. And it was really, really great. And I'll show you what it ended up looking like in a minute once we got that. But the big, everything's big. But the travel link for us, the travel page, you see all of these different tabs that we had. It was time intensive for us, but this is where the gold is, because we hit every single question, and some things may have not been there, but as if more than one person asked this question, or even if one person asked and it was a really good question and we thought the others should want to know the answer, we dropped it and added it into here. So the travel agent info, so we used Sarah Klein from last week at Time for Travel. So we said, our travel agent is now your travel agent. And for your convenience, our travel agent, Sarah Klein, is waiting to provide assistance in making all of your travel arrangements, including customized payment options for your resort stay, flights, and any excursions you'd like to add to your stay. Use the link above to explore her website. And this links. Oh, this one. I think it's above, because if you're looking at it on the app, this pops up. I think so. You can also contact Sarah through this site by clicking the messages. So I actually added her in as a contact so she could go into the site and communicate with guests, and they could communicate with her too. So that was another great thing. But we talked about the minimum deposit, and this is so funny because totally forgot how this worked, and someone asked me, and I could not figure this out. The minimum deposit to hold your room was $150. And all deposits are refundable until 120 days before your wedding weekend. You can customize the remaining balance to fit your needs, but please keep in mind that the final payment is due 90 days before the wedding weekend, which is Friday, February 24th, 2017. I should have looked on the site to answer the question. That's funny. Totally forgot about that. But here's Sarah's information. In the app, all of this is actually hyperlinked, and they could just click to call, which I thought was great. But we had the link for her. The next thing was why Riviera Maya. So we explained why we chose our destination. That's a question that people ask all the time. So we sat and really figured out a great way of expressing why we chose it. For us, our very first vacation together was to Secrets Maroma Beach in Riviera Maya. So that's why we decided on Riviera Maya. So we talked about that. Added some photos in there for people to get excited about going. We told them where to stay. Now, this was on the invitation that I showed you. It was on this. But we also, of course, gave all of the things. So we copied stuff straight from the website, gave them all of the things. The idea of your wedding website is to get guests comfortable, but more than that, excited. Like, you want them excited about going. That way, they're paying attention to the payment deadlines and nothing's stopping them. Like, they want to go. They're going to make sure that they're making their payments. They're going to be excited about it. They're going to get their outfits together and be talking to you about it. Like, friends were so hyped. And they would talk about the things like, oh, I didn't know that there's 7 restaurants, or oh, this. And they can go. Of course, you can tell your guests where they're going to stay. And then they can go on their own to the website and kind of look through it, and they're going to do that anyway. But if your website is as excited and you're giving them the information, you're making it easy for them to get it all at once and not have to search for ways to get excited about it, then that's another win for you. So yeah, complimentary mini bar, refresh daily. We had everything. Pool and beach wait service, the secrets box, which we also called the butt naked box, by the way. The secrets, I'm not sure if you're aware of what secrets is, but at Secrets Maroma Beach, they have this, and other resorts have it too, but they call it the secrets box, where it's a box that's right next to your door. And instead of them having to knock and bring you room service, or like you order a bottle or anything, they just open up, unlock the door, and then put whatever you ordered into this box. And then they push a light or ring a bell to let you know that it's there. That way you could be butt naked and then go and get your food. So it's the butt naked box. Our guests know what that means, the butt naked box. But yes, so stuff to get excited about. Anything that's just silly or that you think your friends might like or whatever. Have fun with it. We talked about the block of rooms, and this is where we incentivize, kind of wanted to make sure that guests knew that we really wanted them to stay at this resort. Block of rooms has been reserved at special rates so that all of our guests can be included in the fun and festivities. Yes, love, the butt naked box. Don't act like you don't know about that butt naked box. He's faking, y'all. The butt naked box was clutch. So yes. Getting your guests excited. Join us as we party and celebrate. The block has been reserved, letting them know that we reserved this for you guys. There will be pre-wedding events at our resort before the day, and we would love it if everyone could participate. If for some reason you choose not to stay at our resort, there is a daily fee of $100 per person to enter the property, and you will be responsible for paying these fees. This is stuff that your guests don't really think about. So you want to let them know this. Like, if your guests, there are guest fees. Every resort has a visitor fee. So if they think they're going to save a couple of dollars by staying somewhere else, then let them know. First of all, you're going to miss out on some things, or we still want you to participate. So we having welcome drinks, we having this, we having that. My wedding, you're going to have to pay to come to my wedding. All of that kind of stuff. If you're getting married on that resort, you need to let them know that. And then also for us, like, we got married off resort. That means we pay for transportation for our guests from the resort to the venue. And we were not paying for someone who chose not to stay where we were. So all of that kind of information is important to let them know, because they may not even be thinking about that, or they decide to book with someone else because maybe it wasn't abundantly clear or whatever. Like, if they don't use your travel agent, use your book, they're playing themselves. And then the goal, of course, is for them to book under you, for you to be able to keep track of them, to keep your head count, for you to know what's going on. Are they paying? Are they not? Are they coming for sure? All of that kind of stuff. If you're not working under your travel agent or your room block then it's going to mess with your numbers and create way more work for you. So try your best to make them excited on your website and let them know this. And if you hear anybody in random conversation talking about, oh, I'm going to stay at so-and-so, all right, but this is what you're doing. You're making things more difficult for me. You're gonna have to pay extra. You're gonna have to pay for a cab to our hotel and pay the visitor fee, and it's a limited fee, and you're not eating for free. You're not drinking for free. None of that stuff happens when you're not a guest. So make all that kind of stuff clear. Help yourself out. And then the guest suite rates. This is where you want to give them the information about the types of rooms that you blocked off. So choose when you get your room blocked, you chose certain rooms, more than likely. So for us, like, we had a junior suite, partial ocean view, preferred club, junior suite. We gave photos. Now, I haven't seen this in so long. Look at this. Are you still looking? Okay, anyway. These are actual photos from when we went the first time. So this is the resort that we stayed at. So we had those photos, but they also, if the resort has photos, all you have to do is right click on their photos and save them. Save. What does it say? Save photo as? Oh, this one doesn't do it. Well, I'm not on the site. But you can just right click and it'll be save as, save picture as, save photo as, whatever. You know how to save as. So you can save as, throw those in there, getting people excited about what they're getting. Flying here, the closest airport, let them know that. And a valid passport is required. And give them passport information as well. That's going to be in there. Again, the goal is to making sure that your guests know it all. And I may be saying a lot of information that you already know, but there may be some things that you don't know too, or someone else doesn't know. So I'm just going to kind of go through everything. Okay. The itinerary again. So we did say the itinerary before, but we made sure that we added it again. Again, you just kind of got to let people know and remind them. We sent them back, check out our event section for more info, letting people know about the transportation again, and then the passports. So as many details as possible about what it takes to travel to your destination is what you want to give them. So passports are required for travel to and from Mexico. Please don't wait to get or renew your passports. Then we added that the federal government often experiences a backlog of applications and can have delays as long as 3 to 4 months. Visit the link above to obtain info on getting your passport. And please also note that the custom travel site states that to enter and exit Mexico, a passport must have an expiration date 6 months past your travel date. And then I was extra clear to let them understand. For example, if you plan to leave Mexico on May 28th, which is the day after our wedding, your passport cannot expire before November 28th. Please check your expiration dates to be sure. So if they read this, all they have to do, they don't have to look into the passport site. They need to anyway, but everybody doesn't do the right thing. So they read this. All they have to do is look at their passport and go, ooh, wait a minute, let me check. And just look at your expiration date. If your expiration date is before November 28th, then you need to renew and you need to be thinking about that ASAP. So that kind of information, because I've also, I've coached brides who have had the issue where their guests are freaking out because they aren't doing the right things with their passports. And even on my side, even though I had this information, it still was people waiting, or, it costs whatever, like $100 or something for your passport. But you need to get that passport and don't wait on that or end up paying the expedited fees. Now that I think about that, I personally had this issue because we were supposed to go to Anguilla on April 22nd, and I drug my feet because I did not change my name on my passport, and I paid these expedite fees to make sure that I had the passport in time, and I should have been able to avoid that, but I drug my feet not doing the right things, and all to not be able to go to Anguilla anyway. But when this COVID-19 is done, I'm going somewhere and I'm using my passport. So, but I did have to pay extra to expedite. So anyway, giving them that information. We also went in, this is another getting excited, and then also just letting your guests, a lot of people don't take advantage of the resort credits. So us breaking them down, because when you book, your travel agent will give you or give your guests this whole list of credits that they can use, but it's not necessarily super clear. So we broke everything down to let it be known. So all rooms booked will receive 200, and here's a breakdown on how they can be used. And boom, 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 spa service, a wine bottle. And guests ended up coming and going, hey, I love that you told me about these credits and how to use them because we used it on XYZ. So sharing your resort credit information with your guests is a great, great idea. And then Appy Couple specifically has a promo code for Uber. So it was just an extra incentive, kind of a gift to your guests. And you can do the same thing because you can use, if you don't use Appy Couple, for example, all of, Uber and Lyft, they have their referral codes and they give people a free trip or something like that. So if someone hasn't used what do you call those? Some sort of little transportation. What is that? Ride share? I don't know. I don't know the name of that. But if anyone has not used that, used any of these services, you can just add links now like, hey, ride in style. Use promo code when requesting your ride. New customers get $15 off your first ride with Uber. That way your guests aren't necessarily, maybe they don't want to drive to the airport. They just, and pay for parking and all of that, or get a cab or get transportation. So it was an extra little gift, a little something. So our travel was by far, as you can see, extremely the most intensive, and it did take time. But like I said, you guys, if you want to swipe our wording, let me know. Just ask me and I'll send a link, and I'll actually just drop a link to it anyway. And for you guys, if you know how I do with my memory. So if somehow you can't find it, or you don't see it, or you just don't want to look for it, send me a message and I'll shoot you the link for you to jump in, and then you can go straight on in and copy and paste and edit whatever you want to edit, and it's boom, bang, done. We had a gallery. Oh, people were just adding photos. That's my dad, of course. Me and my dad, my husband, just random photos of us somehow. That has to be my dad adding a photo of me. I look cute. Anyway. So, but it was a space for guests to be able to drop photos. We had a registry. So if you want to do a registry, like we registered with Zola, so you can add that. And we had specific language there because we did the no, your presence is a present enough. So that then there was the guest book, and then what does the countdown look like now? Nothing. That makes sense. Yeah. Why would there be a countdown? That's funny. Oh, need to save those. We had little notices. Yeah, clearly there's no countdown now, but that's that. And then there's a space for our app to invite people to download the app. So that is a rundown on what we had in our website and what I think you should be thinking about when you're creating your own. Let me know if you have any questions. and I hope this was helpful. I did technically answer the questions. I received 2 questions today, well, for today. And number 1 was, can I share our save the dates? We didn't do separate save the date and invitation because, well, it's a funny thing, but for me, I feel like we just sent an invitation. A save the date, just I didn't really see a need for that. We just were inviting people, so we invited them and then told them to reserve the date, if anything. So I get it when sometimes, I mean, I get it either way. We didn't do a save the date, but we did do the invitations. So I will post photos of this to give you the ideas. And I don't think we care to share the wording that we use. We kind of made it really fun. This we did together. I will actually, there's a funny, one of the journal entries, because I did the 200-day countdown of every single day, what we went through, what happened while planning our Desti wedding. And that's on the Black Desti blog. So I will drop a link to that too. And I'll find the specific date that there was an incident about this where I drafted and I thought I was so proud of myself and feeling myself. And shared it with my future husband, feeling all good, and the red pen came out, and boom, 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 like the editing was crazy, and it hurt my little feelings and my little pride, and it was a little moment, but I will say that it came out absolutely wonderful. We have guests who still keep them for whatever reason. I love that they have them. But it makes sense. That's what they were for. It was a memorable event, and we did what we could to really make it great, memorable. And one thing I will say, even with that event and with putting together your website, do it together. And our website, the wording in that, it was very much a Doug and Omi situation, and we it was very much us, and we took the time, like we poured a little drink, we was popping bottles for everything. I talked about that before, but any type of little celebration, have a wedding Wednesday or a Saturday, take a weekend or whatever, and spend the time together to go through this and figure out ways of wording it and making it fun and injecting some of you and your personalities in it. And it's also a great way for you guys to work together, because you're going to be working together in all sorts of things and making all kinds of decisions throughout your lives. And this is a perfect time. The budget, I dropped that budget spreadsheet link, same thing. Go through that. You can do it by yourself, but share it with your partner too. Do it together. Make it easier, and be patient. Be patient with your partner. Be patient with each other, with it all, and you'll be happy, because in the end, you guys did it together. If you're like, I don't have that to do and I just want to do it, and if I got to do it, if I want it done right, I need to do it myself, more power to you too. I hear you. Consider working together, but you know the dynamic of relationship better than I do. I'm not going to be counseling in that, but if you're going to do it yourself, then reach out, reach out to me. Use our site as an example if that's something that you want. And then I will also, I'm always here for you. So if you have specific questions about certain things, let me know. If there's any ideas that you think would be great, I will do that. Hi, Nikiva. Can you share your site link for future reference? Yes, let me just go ahead and drop that in there now too. I will drop that as soon as I figure out how to do that. So the one thing I will say with Appy Couple, we had a custom domain, but that renews. You have to renew that every year, and that did lapse. So I don't have. It was only in DougInMexico.com is what it was. But now, but at the same time, like Appy Couple keeps it live forever. So this was set up in 2016, you guys, and it's 2020 and it's still live, which I think is amazing. And I was just saying, I'm going to renew the Omi and Doug in Mexico, because when we go back to Mexico for our anniversary of whatever year it will be, I want to use that. So I'm going to do that. That's it. So it's Omi and Doug in Mexico.appycouple.com. I'm actually, like I said, and when I get it updated, because I'm going to renew the link, it'll just be Omi and Doug in Mexico.com. You're welcome, Ish. So you guys, if you let me know who you're using for your wedding websites too, because I want to do I'm always talking about Appy Couple simply because that's what we used, but I recognize that there are many different options. So let me know, drop in these comments. Let me know who you use or who you are using. I know that there's Minted. I know that there's Zola, The Knot. Everybody has one. Wedding Wire. They all have them. So let me know what you guys are using and what you think of them, please. And I'm just going to do another quick recap because I see a couple of you jumped on, and you can catch the replay, of course. And I'm not going to recap going through the full website, but I will recap the links that I added for you. I finally provided the budget spreadsheet for you, so I hope that you love that. And then also I dropped a link to the Appy Couple, which is the website that I used, and then I am a partner for them. So if you do decide to use Appy Couple, I would appreciate you using my links. There's no additional cost to you, but I do get a small referral fee, so it's great. So thank you for that. And the same goes for Minted. Minted is the company that we use for our invitations and our thank you cards. And there are a few deals that I just like, they're brand spanking new deals that were just sent to me for me to offer to you guys. So go to that link. It's the desti.land/destilove/minted. Just click that link, and then I have each of the offers on there. It's like 25%, then some free stuff, and $10 off, and $50 off, all these sorts of things. So if you're interested or you're thinking about doing some save the dates, there's also graduation stuff, baby announcements, all types of things, but the wedding, of course, is what we're here for. So if you have any, if you're interested in that, click that link too. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to scan through. Ish says, I was using Zola, but my planner suggested not to. What did your planner recommend instead then? Just curious. What did she do? And I don't know much about, I looked at the Zola one, and I feel like, I don't know. I need to check them out and see, though. So I answered the can you share your save the dates question that I received. And then how did you set up your wedding website? That's what this whole episode was about, but that was a question that I received. So I answered that one as well. And yeah. Ish, if you are still on, I'm going to wait for that answer for a little minute. And just give an additional disclaimer. I feel like, I don't know how I forgot this. I was about to say this, and then it just popped in my head. But I was going to just say that this has been crazy, and we cannot ignore what's happening with the coronavirus, COVID-19. I hope that you and your families are safe and staying home. Please be staying home. We have to make it through this so that you can enjoy these lives and stay healthy and stay well and have these weddings. And I know that this is really hard right now because all you want to do is just plan your Desti wedding, and a lot of you have had to postpone, and it's going to happen. And I'm here. I'm going to support you in any way I can. I've received a few more questions since the episode with Sarah last week, so I will attack those. I'm going to start going live on Instagram as well a little bit. So if you're not following me, find me on Instagram. It's at desti.land. But yeah, I feel like I'm here for you, and I don't want you to really let this do what it could do. Like, don't let it ruin this experience for you. There's ways through this. There's ways of figuring this out. It's just a roadblock, and or as I said in the video, I'm not sure if you saw it on YouTube, but I shared the Desti Hour, last week's Desti Hour on YouTube. And I said, it's just a really, really, it's the world's most uninvited wedding guest. So we're going to not include it, and we're going to push through. And if you have to postpone, that means you're going to postpone or do whatever you need to do to make yourselves feel comfortable and safe and your guests, and get the vibe right and keep yourself together. So take care of yourselves, take care of your family. Let me know if you ever have any questions, and just keep that vibe up, keep that energy up, and try to. And I'm gonna try to keep it up for you guys as well. So next week we are talking about welcome packages, and I'm going to do a poll because you guys aren't telling me what you want to see, and I have to figure out things for every Thursday. So for the rest of April, after next week, I need to figure out what's going to happen with that. So if you have any topic ideas, let me know. You can send a link. You can drop it in the group. Do whatever you want to do. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm happy to be able to help you guys. I love that the community is growing, and I'm always hopeful that I'm just able to help you guys with your Desti weddings. I love doing this. I love you guys. Each says, when I get the information, I will let you all know. Yep, let us know. But see what she thinks about Appy Couple, because it's just awesome. So I'm curious to know what she says about that. And then also why she wasn't into that too. And I see a yay, but I don't know. I can't see. I'm funny. I see the yay, but I can't see. Yay! Yay! You made it. I can't see who you are. I'm sorry. For some reason it's not letting me know who's yaying. But yay! Love you guys. I answered your questions. You have a spreadsheet to go through, get your budgets together, figure out how much money this wedding is costing you, and get your wedding website together. You've got Happy Couple. That's the only option that I can really vouch for, honestly. But whatever you choose, still use this information that I gave you. It's universal, so just cut and paste or take these ideas and use them. And you also have some deals that you could take advantage of. They're limited time only. So hit up that link on Minted as well. Save the dates, wedding stationery, engagements, thank yous, baby announcements, birth announcements, graduations. They even have some bundles. Like if you do all of it together, a free customized sample, which means that like what we did was we could create an example of ours, and then they just sent it to us for us to look and make sure before you order 40 or whatever number of them that you have. So they are offering a free initial consultation, a free sample as well. So all of those links are in DESTILAND for you as well. I'm stocking the welcome boxes, waiting on the Desti store light. And I have to talk about that too. So I said it's opening in April. The Shop Desti is opening up this month. It's coming soon. So I can get on that. I'm excited it's happening. I will let you know as soon as it's live. If no one else has any questions, and it looks like I don't have any, I am going to wish you all the best week of your lives, and reminding you to have the time of your life, planning the best days of your life. And cheers to another Desti Hour with wedding websites. Get those websites in order and ask me questions if you need them. I love talking to y'all. So, bye. I had a really weird thing that just happened where it felt like my wedding ring was on the wrong hand. I had to share that because it was weird. But anyway, love you guys.